Hello everybody. So Miss Trisha asked me to see could I come up with some ideas of how you would make ribbons yourself at home for our Facebook class on Saturday morning. In class, this is what we use. These are silicone wristbands. Sometimes you buy them maybe for charity and you might have 2 of those at home. They'll be very good. If you don't have anything like that, you can just use ordinary hair elastics. They don't have to be matching, just as long as they go over your wrist. If you don't have any of them, you can just use regular office elastic bands. Not quite as sturdy, but they'll do very nicely for Saturday morning. Most houses don't have ribbons. We always have lots of ribbons in our house, so I'm going to assume that you don't have ribbons. So I was trying to think of what you could use instead. So I've got some lovely Christmas ribbons for making my Christmas presents look really nice. They would do very nicely. And that's just some nice pink birthday present ribbon as well. So all of those would do very nicely. If you haven't got any of those, if you have some scrap fabric, I'm going to show you how to do lovely ribbons with the scrap fabric. Or best thing, old t-shirts. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I've got some nice fabric here. You could maybe use some recycled clothes or any little scraps of fabric that you might have around. I've ironed it nice and flat, and I'm going to get my ruler again, and I'm going to make a nice straight line, and I'm going to have about 45 centimeters. So I've got a little bit of chalk here to mark my line. Okay, that's 30, so I need about another 15. It's all approximate, you don't have to do it exact. Okay, and you're going to cut out that nice shape. I've got my Mickey Mouse fabric. There we go. And you're going to cut that in half again. I'm just going to do it by eye, but you might like to have somebody help you. That's it. There we go. So I've got my 2 ribbons there. So I'm going to get my elastic band. I'm going to use one of these bands that you just use for tying your hair up. And I'm going to get my glue stick. And just glue about the top 3 centimeters. And press it down. And this is where you can use the peg. My glue is pretty good, it's almost setting straight away, but you can always put a little peg in just to keep the glue, just keep everything in place while it glues. And then I'm going to do the second one. So same again, a little bit of glue stick, and I'm going to put it behind the first one. Take it over again and press it down. And there we go. So we've got a nice Mickey Mouse. So I've got my t-shirt here, it's an old t-shirt, and I'm going to measure the longest point, which will be from the shoulder all the way down to the hem. Now I don't need the hem, so I'm just going to cut that off. So same idea. I'm going to measure out, I think this measures exactly, yeah, this is exactly the right measurement, but just about 45 centimeters. So again, I'm going to mark. Good. Now, I'm not going to make this quite as wide as the last one. I'm just going to make it about I'll make it an inch wide. I think that will be plenty, and you'll see why. Okay. And I'm going to cut it on the double, because it's front and back. I'm just going to do this really, really fast. I'm pretty quick at doing these kind of things. You might like to take a little bit more time. it, and it'll be joined at the top because that's the shoulder seam, so you just pop that off. Now, I love this bit. So the lovely thing about t-shirt material is when you pull it, after you cut it, you get this lovely rolled edge. Can you see that? So it looks really neat. So I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to do two. Oh, they look really lovely. And you attach them to your elastics the very same way. You just open it out, put your glue, put your elastic, and turn it over.